Welcome to the NOFSRL. "25 races, 6 months have led up to this one night. Welcome to the Homestead-Miami Speedway in Homestead, Florida. We are here at this 1.5-mile track in South Florida for race number 26 of this 26 race 2022 NOFSRL Trinity River Cup Series. This final race, we will crown a champion, we'll crown a Rookie of the Year, and somebody will send their season out with one final bang with a race victory. Welcome to the Best by 500. This is the third time that Homestead has played host to a season finale. Season 1 and Season 3, we rounded off the season in both seasons at this track. In Season 2, we rounded it off with Chicagoland, and Homestead was part of the Florida Triple Crown with itself, Pensacola, and Orlando in the mid part of the season, or what was going to be the mid part of the season before we shortened it up. But here, we have not shortened up the schedule at all this year. We've run it all the way through 26 races, or 25 races leading up to this 26th race, and we are hopefully in store for one more epic to close out the year for 2022. Let's take a look at the point standings coming in. We have 3 drivers battling for the championship here tonight. Nicholas Samadillo leads the way, 651 points towards the championship. He is 2 ahead of Kyle McLeese, 24 ahead of Colin Teague, and those 3 are the only ones going for the championship tonight. Trey Wright, 54 back, Kanan Biller, 55 back, Elijah Gordon, 58 back, Alejandro Cruz, 64 back, Jacob Thibodeau and Marty Sakala, 84 back, and Joey Hightower rounds out the top 10, 88 points behind Nicholas Samadillo. But again, only Teague, McLeese, and Samadillo are going to be going for the championship tonight. The top 2 separated by 2 points, but all 3 within 24 points of each other, so a swing could definitely happen. This is going to be a great race, hopefully, and an epic championship fight. McLeese and Teague are going to have to start from the rear, but Samadillo, starting up in the 5th position, looks to run away with this championship tonight. We'll have to see what happens. But now let's go down trackside. We'll get you a starting lineup, and we'll get this show on the road here at the Homestead-Miami Speedway. And the engines will come to life here at Homestead. 40 going to roll off the pit road one more time in 2022. It's Blake Parker on the pole position. What very well may be his last ride with All-Star Speed Team. Starting alongside Phoenix winner Elijah Gordon in row number 2, it is Christian Vargas in the 46. He starts this race alongside the 5 of John Andrews. In row 3, we find Nicholas Samadillo, our points leader, coming in. He starts this race alongside Braden Perez in the Schluter 47. In row number 4, we find Andrew Williams, who was signed on to return to Dracoan Racing Enterprises. Ethan Lewis in his final race as a driver, at least for now, as EL Alpine Racing comes into being in 2023. Dale Lightning in the fifth row there on the inside in the 9th position. He starts this race alongside the 2 of Joey Hightower, who's coming off his 2nd career win at Watkins Glen 1 week ago. Take a look at the Bucky's race report on the left side of your screen. 67 laps tonight around this 1.5-mile track. We are more than ready to get this race underway. 3 drivers going for the championship for one final race. As the field comes out of turn number 4, we're ready to turn them loose one more time. Pull them belts tight, everybody, because we're about to get the green flag. Let's light the fireworks. Let's get this show on the road here at Homestead. The Best by 500 is green. out of 4, 3 wide for the race lead. I think Parker led that time through. Yes, he did. Gordon got the wall behind, but it's Vargas, Parker on the outside, Samadillo, the championship leader, on the inside with Andrew Williams in the 50. Samadillo moves to the lead here at Homestead as the field bouncing back and forth behind as they head down the backstretch into 3. Samadillo's going to get shoved up the track a little bit by Williams as they're going 4 wide behind. Henderson, Lewis, Lightning, and Perez in that mix. Perez goes up, gets the wall a little bit, but nothing too terrible. Headed off into turn number 1, Ace Garcia on the inside of the 98 of Samadillo. Samadillo's making that outside work just a little bit. 4 wide again behind. Sebastian Kukulon on the inside of Sear, Sakala, and Perez. Looks like it's actually Dale Lightning as Sakala slips back. And now Chase Harris up into the 4th position. 4 wide for second. Now maybe no. Garcia will stretch ahead of Samadillo. Samadillo on the outside. Collins and Harris down low. Harris in his final ride with Trinity River Racing, as I believe the caution's out. Yes, it is. And a huge crash on the front straightaway for Stephen Colon. Lot of damage on the 99 car, and maybe some others involved in this one, but we're going to have to watch the battle to make it back to the line. Who's going to win the race back? It's going to be Andrew Williams. Then it'll be Garcia, and for third, Samadillo, Collins, Andrews, Vargas, Henderson, Sear, Lewis, Parker, the top 10. But it looks like at least a 1-car incident for Stephen Colon and the Dr. Pepper 99. And just an obscene amount of damage on the Dr. Pepper Chevrolet. Colon coming into this race in the 36th position in the standings, and this is not the way he wanted his season to come to an end. Has not won a race since this race 1 year ago at the end of September, actually, because we had 32 races last year, and we had one off week last year, actually, so we actually went a little longer last year than we are this year, even with having 2 more off weeks. I guess it helps having 6 less races in the season. But here's Andrew Williams leading the field down the pit road. It's a 60-mile-an-hour speed limit in the pits. Williams will bring it all the way down to his stall here. Samadillo, the championship leader, down to stall number 5. And check it up on where the other championship contenders are. Looks like Colin T. Oh, he may have got some damage in that incident on the front straightaway. We'll have to see in a moment. But he's got some damage on the front of that car. Kyle McLeese pulls out of his stall. We'll see who's going to be first off of the pit road. It will be Williams, Sakala, Garcia, Collins, and then Henderson, Samadillo. But it shouldn't hurt Samadillo too much, even if he slipped back a couple of spots, because we have single file restarts here in the Trinity River Cup Series. McLeese comes off the pit road, and where is Colin Teague? He had a little bit of an extended stay, and wow, a lot of damage on that 97 car. Even some damage on the left side, and maybe even to the rear of that thing. We'll take a look at the replay in a moment to see if he was indeed involved in that incident. But for now, it is Andrew Williams leading the way. He'll lead us back to the green flag here momentarily. Real quick, let's go back and take a look what happened to bring out caution number 1 in the Best by 500 here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. So here we are watching from overhead, 5 wide, Alpha B, Teague, Colon, Perez, and Lightning. But Colon bounces off of Perez, spins down the track, takes Teague and Alpha B with him, and Teague, a championship contender there, 24 back coming in. That's critical, as look at that. Kyle McLeese makes it through on the outside, but that is going to put Colin Teague behind the 8-ball surely, and Stephen Colon, not the way he wanted his season to go. It has been a rough season for him. Winless this year, and it looks like he's going to go winless this year in 2022. Let's take a look at full speed. So once again, as they round turn number 4, here's Colon in the middle, bounces off the 47 of Perez, down into Teague and Alpha B, and hard into the inside safer barrier on the front straightaway here at the Homestead-Miami Speedway. And of course, the caution came out immediately. You don't see cautions all that often here at Homestead-Miami Speedway, but we've seen one tonight. Andrew Williams led the field back around to the caution flag. The pit stops have happened. We are ready to go back to green flag racing here at Homestead. Track is clear. We're good to go. So let's head to the restart here at Miami. Welcome back to your live coverage here on the Trinity River Network. Race number 26, the finale of Season 4 of the Trinity River Cup Series here at the Homestead-Miami Speedway, the best by 500. Andrew Williams leads the way here. We're coming to the restart here on lap number 9 this time around. Lap number 8 right now. The caution coming out about 3 or 4 laps ago for a spin on the front straightaway involving Stephen Colon and maybe some other cars. You've seen the replay already. But Jacob Thibodeau, a little slow to come up to the pacing line. He had an extended stay on pit road. It's Williams, Chick-fil-a, Garcia, Collins, and Henderson, the top 5 as the green flag comes back out. Here, the best by 500, lap number 9. Garcia right to the inside of Chick-fil-a. Collins now having to deal with Mitchell Henderson. Nicholas Samadio going right with the 88. Headed down the back straightaway. Garcia looks like he's going to go for the lead now on Andrew Williams. They'll be side by side, heading off into turn number 3. Chick-fil-a and Williams drive out wide, trying to work the extreme outside. Coming out of turn number 4, Williams a little bit of a run up top. Chick-fil-a a little bit of a run there as well on Perez and Hightower. They can make the outside work in these corners, so we'll have to see if Williams can hold on. No, it looks like Garcia's going to get by for the lead. Everybody heading down the back straightaway once again. Nicholas Samadio into the 3rd position around Mitchell Collins. Now Williams slides up. That could put Samadio into the 2nd position if Hightower doesn't get to his inside. Headed down the front straightaway. 3 and 4 wide all throughout the field off this restart. Collins and Hightower are going to send Samadio wide. And where in the world is Kyle McLeese and Colin Teague, or other championship contenders? Well, Kyle McLeese is marching his way up through the field. Into the 19th position he goes. Samadio does not want to stay up on that outside line too long, though, and he won't. He'll get separated from the pack and stretch away into that 3rd position. Lap number 12 we go now, headed into turn number 1. Sebastian Kugelon on the inside of Hightower and Williams. Now, a challenge coming from Priya McShane in the 0. Heading off into turn number 3 once again. Collins looking to end a winless streak that dates back to Twin Ring Motegi, September 11th, 1 year ago. Here he goes to the inside for the race lead on Ace Garcia. Garcia, a 2-time winner this year at Darlington and Twin Ring. Samadio won at Martinsville earlier this year. Again, he comes in the championship leader. Looking to add some brownie points to what could potentially be a championship-winning season for Samadio, but still a long, long race to go. He's trying to put as much leverage between himself and Kyle McLeese as he can, as Kyle McLeese looks like he's cracked the top 10. Samadio is into the 2nd position now, as he looks to the inside of Collins for the race lead. Garcia's going to take him 3 wide. Tremendous racing here since the restart here at the Homestead-Miami Speedway. Collins stretches ahead into the lead. Garcia into 2nd, potentially. Kugelon there in the 82, looking for 3rd on Samadio. Samadio will stay ahead of the 82 for the time being, as McLeese gets now stuck up on the outside of Ethan Lewis and Christian Vargas, the 2 Monkey Racing cars. Ethan Lewis in his final ride with Monkey Racing and as a driver in the Trinity River Cup Series, at least for now, as EL Alpine opens up next year. Christian Vargas, no word on his career after this season. That has not been signed to a team for 2023. Wouldn't be a bad option, though. He comes in 14th in the standings after having a terrible season 1 year ago. Top 15 in the standings? Hey, I'd take it. He finished last 1 year ago, so definitely a good turnaround for Christian Vargas. No wins, but 4 top 5s, 7 top 10s, and an average finish of 19.4. And I know that doesn't sound great, but Samadio has an average finish of 15.4, so that's fairly solid, actually. As Collins stretches ahead, about to a half-second lead, Priya McShane and Ace Garcia on the inside and outside of Nicholas Samadillo for that second position. 0.6 of a second. The gap actually has 4 wide for a moment as Cruz gets to the inside of Samadillo and McShane for that second position. Samadillo is in full panic mode right now. He's trying to work that outside because look who's coming behind on that inside line, Kyle McLeese. In the 59, right in behind the 46 of Christian Vargas as they close into this lead battle. Still 4 wide for that position, and Samadillo is going to get shuffled on the outside. It's not sticking. Garcia and Lozano on the inside of the 98, and McLeese only has to finish 2 positions ahead of Samadillo to lock up the championship. Of course, if Samadillo led a lap, which I believe he might have, McLeese has to finish 3 positions ahead. So in order to guarantee a championship, McLeese finishes 3 spots ahead of Samadillo. But if Samadillo didn't lead a lap, you know, McLeese could finish two spots ahead of Samadillo because they'd be tied, but McLeese would have the tiebreaker on wins. Because McLeese has 2 wins, Samadillo has just 1. On to lap number 20 we go. Kyle McLeese into the championship lead, at least for the moment, as up ahead for third. Kugelon to the inside of Cruz, and McShane trying to chase down Mitchell Collins in the 43. Samadillo still slipping back on that outside line, trying to work it in behind Brock Nelson, who also does not have a ride for next year. Zidell slams the wall, as will Henderson and Monaco in behind him. Way in the back of the field, they just absolutely slammed the outside retaining wall. They get the cars back under them as McLeese works his way around the 54 of Ethan Lewis. Into the 7th position goes the Best Buy Chevrolet. There's Nicholas Samadillo working the outside of Ace Garcia. He's all the way back, been shuffled into the 18th position. Still trying to work that outside. He's got a teammate in front of him, John Andrews, trying to sniff some draft off the JBL 5. But now McLeese gets stuck up on the outside of Thomas Truxell, potentially heading off into turn number 3. Yes, he will. But he's not all the way up on the outside. He's kind of in the middle line still, so it's not as bad as it could be for McLeese. Up ahead, it is still Mitchell Collins leading the way. He and Priya McShane have gapped third place to about 1.8 seconds. It's McShane trying to get around that 43. Down the back straightaway once again. Sebastian Kugelon into turn number 3. He'll take the 3rd position away. But it slows up Kyle McLeese a little bit there on the inside as Truxell had to get out of the gas. And Samadillo has gotten back to that inside. Justin Zidell and Ace Garcia on the outside, as is John Andrews. And Samadillo trying to get around all of those cars. Dale Lightning with a big run on the inside, going to take him 4 wide. This battle going on for the 17th position on the racetrack as Zidell and Garcia run wide going through turn number 4. We'll check in up ahead once again. McCollins is still leading the way. Garcia just hit the wall on corner exit. And so he will slip backwards. Zidell into 17th, Samadillo into 18th. Lightning, and then Williams now down to the inside of the 55. Samadillo gets around, I believe, the 62 of Justin Zidell. Yes, indeed. But it's a big gap to make up to that cluster. And now here's Kyle McLeese going to the inside of a few cars as for the race lead. Here comes Priya McShane on Mitchell Collins on lap 26. Out of turn number 2, headed down the back straightaway. McLeese down to the inside of Cruz and Kugelon at the moment. They are running 4th and 5th. McShane not able to get around Collins for the moment. Collins was able to work that outside. Headed down that front straightaway into lap 27 now. 41 laps to go in the Best Buy 500 at Homestead. Checking in on Nicholas Samadillo he runs in the 17th position. Colin Teague runs in the 38th position. And of course, Teague suffered some damage earlier on, so that could be hindering his progress on getting up through the field. He is 7.5 seconds behind the lead pace. Kyle McLeese sits in the 5th position for the moment, just running single file. Nicholas Samadio sits 16th, not very far behind the 59. Of course, pit cycles may very well be coming up here pretty quick. As for the race lead, here comes McShane again, trying to get around the 43. We'll see if she's a little more successful this time. At the line, it was still Collins. 1/100th of a second. Heading off into turn number 1, though. Collins runs it a little wide. McShane on the inside with a nose advantage coming out of turn number 2. Down that back straightaway, McLeese now down to the inside of Alejandra Cruz for that 4th position. Into turn number 3, Collins still trying to work that high side, but looks like McShane's going to get around. And Kyle McLeese does move into the 4th position. Check on Samadio. He gets shuffled up to the outside once again. So he now finds himself in the 18th position. And maybe 19th here if Will Parrish gets around. Looks as though he will, as Collins is coming back after McShane for the race lead. Into turn number 3 they go again. Lap car Stephen Colon just ahead of them. And Collins is going to have the nose advantage at the line. Heading off into turn number 1, he will clear the 0 Pontiac. Thomas Truxell sits in the 3rd position. McLeese 4th, Cruz 5th. Smith, Vargas, Kukulon, Thompson, and Nelson the top 10 for the moment. Scrolling through the rest of your standings in the top left corner there. A mini full field run down there. As goodness gracious. 4 wide there coming out of 4. Andrews got up into the wall. His teammate Sam Adio is running for the championship. Was 3rd from the bottom there on the outside of Parrish and Williams. Now headed down the back straightaway as looks like Collins has caught the lap car of Stephen Colon. He gets around the 99 fairly easy. What's this going to do to Priya McShane? Not much. McShane stays within 0.3 of a second of Collins' race lead. Now on lap 33 of 67, pit cycles coming anytime now. As Samadio is still slipping backwards on that outside line. But again, things could change when we get here into the pit stops. So we'll have to see how it goes. And of course, a caution could come out also to stack everybody back up. As goodness gracious! McLeese almost turned the 99 of Cologne around, and that would have been a caution that I'm sure he, at this moment, does not want. Because he does not want Samadio to have any sort of advantage on him at all. Samadio is still slipping backwards on that outside lane as here goes Collins down into the pits. Pit cycle's underway at Homestead. We'll see if anybody else joins him. Andrew Williams in the 50 will. As will Colin Teague in the 97, another one of your championship drivers. As for the race lead, here comes Thomas Truxell down to the inside of Priya McShane. One of them may very well come down the pit road, if not both of them. We'll have to see. As the second pit cycle is underway here at the Homestead-Miami Speedway, Thomas Truxell comes in, McShane stays out, and look out on entry. They'll all make it in. Samadio on the outside, Harris a late commit. And very, very slow for Brock Rosen Gordon coming out of the corner. Goodness gracious. So McLeese is in. McShane still leads for the moment. But now it looks like Priya McShane will come in. Lewis and Nelson getting together on the pit entry. As Garcia looks like he's going to come down a little later. Samadio a late dive. Rose a late dive, but they'll all make it into the pits. And we'll have to see who comes out on top. It is going to be interesting. The last two, looks like we're waiting for John Andrews and Dale Lightning. Here comes Mitchell Collins in the 43 trying to beat Thomas Truxell up to speed. And it does not look like he will be able to. Truxell is potentially going to take the race lead here at the Homestead-Miami Speedway. And Nicholas Samadillo, a very, very, very slow pit stop. A little bit of an extended stay, and he is going to come out the pit road needing a caution desperately to win this championship. It's Lightning and Andrews and Hightower make it into the pit area. This, I believe, is the battle for the race lead right now. Thomas Truxell, Mitchell Collins will be 1-2. Then McShane, McLeese. Now McLeese gets down to the inside of McShane. And Nicholas Samadillo currently listed in the 30th position. An extremely costly pit stop for Samadillo. Did not need anything to go wrong, and it looks like it very well may have. We could have one more cycle before this race comes to an end. As for the race lead, here comes Collins on Truxell. Headed down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Collins looking to take that spot away from the 16. And it looks like he's going to be able to. So Mitchell Collins looking to end the winless streak. He goes back into the lead here at the Homestead-Miami Speedway. Thomas Truxell, a win already this season. The rookie winning the Independence 500 at Pocono. As he looks back down to the inside for the race lead on Collins. Samadillo listed in the 28th position at the moment. And McLeese running third. Teague running in the, let's see here, 21st position. So actually outrunning Samadillo on the track, but would not be outrunning Samadillo in the championship. As looks like the race leaders are going to come up on some lap traffic here. Chase Harris and Justin Zeidel right in front of them. Boy, this could spice things up here. As they head out of turn 4, here comes Truxell down to the inside of Collins. No, not quite there. As now lap 42 of 67 is underway, 26 laps to go. Now Truxell down to the inside as they're 4 wide, but only 2 cars are on the lead lap for the moment. Collins and Truxell down to the inside. Truxell looking for the lead from Collins. Harris and Zeidel are tail end of the lead lap. As Harris goes a lap down, Truxell's going to take the lead from Collins. Into turn number 1. Samadillo currently listed 17.9 seconds behind Thomas Truxell. We'll see where the 98 is. There he is side by side with John Andrews. 18.07 now it's listed as. He desperately, desperately needs a caution in order to still win this championship. But it may not come out in time. McLeese leads the championship for the time being. In the 3rd position, after a while where it looked like he may not even have a shot at the championship. After a terrible month of July, Kyle McLeese lost the point lead to Samadillo after we got to Indianapolis. Made it closer when we got to Michigan. Took it back after Armory Digital. Samadillo then took it back after that, and then on to Watkins Glen. Actually, McLeese took the lead after Armory Digital, and then on to Watkins Glen. Samadillo took it back by 2 points. Wasn't safe by any means. Knew he'd have to have the race of his life to win the championship. but it looks like the race of his life has turned into an absolute nightmare. Unless a caution comes out that could give him a second shot at it. 21 laps to go here at Homestead. Truxell leads the way. Collins is second. McLeese there in third. McShane the fourth position. Thompson fifth. Then Cruz, Trey Smith, Christian Vargas, Brock Nelson, and Ryan Durrani round out the top 10, coming around for 20 laps to go. McLeese now down to the inside of Collins, looking for second. Zidell, lap car down to the inside of McLeese, looking to work his way back up through the lead group here to get a lap back. Running an average race speed of 154.5 miles per hour. Nicholas Samadillo is still listed in the 28th position. Colin Teague, meanwhile, in the 97, is 25th. So McLeese, if he's going to win the championship now, he pretty much just has to cruise home. But we could have a pit cycle late in this one, and Samadillo stayed out longer than McLeese did. So we'll have to see how it goes, if anybody will be able to make it to the end. Onto the front straightaway they go. 50 now. Lap 50, 18 laps to go. Lap car Joey Hightower right in front of the race leaders. Here comes Collins taking a peek on the inside of Truxell, heading off into turn number 3. And is he going to take that position away? Truxell drifts up on the outside. Collins and McLeese down low. Now McLeese going to thread the needle 3 wide, maybe. No, not quite. He had to get out of the gas, got a little squirrely out of 4. But Collins still looking for the lead on Truxell. He had it at the line. But now out of turn number 2, they're still side by side. Into turn number 3 they go. Coming around for 16 laps to go. Collins with the nose advantage. Truxell slips back on the outside, and Collins will clear for the race lead. 16 laps to go. Collins slips up from the bottom a little bit. McLeese down there in the 59. Into the second position he goes, heading into turn number 3. Nobody has won 3 races this season. McLeese and Truxell. Truxell's only won once, but McLeese, who's won twice this year, would like to change that on top of a championship. Into turn number 1 and 2 they go. He's got to run down to the inside of Collins for that race lead. Heading off down the back straightaway into 3. He's got a nose advantage going through the corners. And now McLeese, out of the corner, will take the lead. At 14 laps to go at Homestead. McLeese, your championship leader, is now your race leader. He's trying to sweep the race, the Rookie of the Year, and the championship title. All 3 of the championship contenders coming in were rookies. So not only were they going to get the ROTY, they were going to get the championship at the same time. But now Collins goes back around McLeese for the race lead, with Truxell in behind him. Colin Teague still sits in the 25th position, Samadillo 28th. That has not really changed at all, and now Samadillo is going to slip. It's actually 29th, but Upton's in 30th, and Samadillo might be getting ready to lose that 29th position for 30th. Heading off into turn number 3, Truxell now down again to the inside of Mitchell Collins for the race lead. Coming around for 12 laps to go this time at Homestead-Miami Speedway. At the line, I have no idea who led that lap. Apparently it was Collins, but goodness gracious, it was hard to tell. Heading off through turn 1 and 2, though, Truxell with a nose advantage on Collins, just barely. Heading down the back straightaway, McLeese tucks in behind the 16. Into turn number 3, crosses down to the inside, trying to push the 16 up. Collins slips backwards, and now McLeese looking for the lead. Into turn, or down the front straightaway they go. It's Truxell at the line. McLeese with the dive into one. Truxell trying to work that high side. McLeese has help from Chase Harris in the 23. And it looks like McLeese is going to take the race lead. Coming around for 10 laps to go, but again, he may very well not be good to make it to the end. We'll have to see what happens as Truxell goes up and hits the wall in the 16. And we'll see how much damage is on the Sonic Mercedes as 10 laps to go. Quite a bit of damage, actually, on that Mercedes. But he's looking to regroup and get back up with this lead battle here. Collins second as McLeese pulls away into the race lead. Coming around for 9 laps to go. The question still, who will be able to make it to the end, if anybody? Are we going to see fuel mileage? Or are we going to make it to the end? Joey Hightower just ahead of Kyle McLeese. Could potentially slow down that 59 and allow the other cars to pull in behind him. Collins and Truxell now side by side once again for that second position. At the line it was Truxell. Into the corner it'll be Truxell. And he may even hold on to the spot. But here comes Collins down to the inside, not letting it get away easy. But he will pull back in behind that 16. As now coming around for 7 laps to go in the Best Buy 500 at Homestead-Miami Speedway. Kyle McLeese. Perhaps it's ironic, the race sponsored by his car sponsor, Best Buy. The Best Buy cars leading the race and trying to win the championship. He dominated the first half of the year. In July, it looked like it was gone. He had a horrible 7th month of the year. But now, he's 6 laps away if he can make it. The gap, 1.1 seconds between him and Thomas Truxell. Truxell now down to the inside of Seidel, trying to catch back up. Nicholas Samadio right now in the 29th position. Colin Teague sits in the 31st position. Truxell and Collins get around the lap cars. One more just ahead of them, Chase Harris in the 23. But now 5 laps to go in the season. Down the backstretch and into 3. See if he's able to make it to the end, but it is going to be oh so close, folks. 4 laps to go, potentially to a championship for Kyle McLeese. 1 second, still the difference, as Truxell is in behind Chase Harris. He and Collins may have used up their stuff. Alejandro Cruz Jr. comes in 7th in the standings. He looks like he may come home with a top 5, as might Christian Vargas in the 46 if he can hold off. Oh, here we go! Collins into the pits! At 3 laps to go! Is now McLeese going to have to come down to the pits? Collins was the first one to come down the last time through. So we'll see. Is McLeese going to have to come down? Is this championship going to be decided on fuel mileage? If so, it's going to happen right here. Oh, McLeese is coming down. Oh, my goodness. Truxell comes down. Cruz is going to stay out on the racetrack. And where in the world is Nicholas Samadio? 2 laps to go this time through as Cruz crosses the line. And here's Nicholas Samadio. Thibodeau there. Samadio stays out on the racetrack. He's trying to win this championship. McLeese, what looked like he was going to have a sure shot to take it, may be going up in smoke. White flag getting ready to come out, and speaking of being up in smoke, William Brock is just blown up. Oh my goodness! Cruz comes down into the pits, and who's going to lead this race? I think it's McShane. White flag is in the air. Priya McShane looking to win the second race of the season in her career and send Ruby Motorsports off, at least for now, with a bang. Headed down the back straightaway in what will be the final race for Pontiac in the Trinity River Cup Series. Nicholas Samadio crosses in the 10th position, and a wild final few laps here at Homestead. It'll be Priya McShane winning the Best by 500 in dramatic style, and your Season 4 champion of the Trinity River Cup Series. Where he is, here he is. Nicholas Samadio survives, comes back all the way from 30th place, and wins the Season 4 Trinity River Cup Series Championship. Do you believe what you just saw? Oh my goodness! Mr. Edge does it again, but this time he's taking home a championship trophy on top of everything else. My goodness. McLeese comes home with a 12th place finish. Teague comes home in this race with... Goodness, where did he finish? Oh, we're going to take a while to 34th. Alright, it's going to take a little bit for the standings to work out with just everything that went on at the end of this race. What a wild one here at the Homestead-Miami Speedway, and a fabulous way to cap off what may be the most interesting season of Trinity River Cup Series action yet. Season 4, I've enjoyed the heck out of this season. I hope y'all have too. But let's go ahead and take a look at your finishing results. I believe it's official at this point as everybody pulls into the pits. Priya McShane wins the Best by 500 by just under half a second ahead of Trey Wright with an average race speed of 161.876 miles per hour. Lightning finishes third, Andrews fourth, Sakala fifth, Perez, Garcia, Thibodeau, Samadio, and Upton round out the top 10. 21 cars finishing on the lead lap. Monaco, Lewis, Oskin, Rose, Lozano, Troxel, Brock Parrish, Henderson, Williams, Crown, Biller, Teague, Gordon, Alpha B, Harris, Zidell, and Cologne unable to finish on the lead lap. Caleb Rose actually is listed as retired here, but Joey Hightower out with a tire failure apparently late at the end of this one. But only one caution in this race for a spin for Stephen Cologne. It was early on, and what a race it turned out to be from then on, and a topsy-turvy one at that. I thought I knew what was going to happen. I thought McLeese had it. I thought he had it made. There was no way he was going to lose out on it, but then they started coming down the pit road, and Samadio, Mr. Edge, stays out on the racetrack and brings home the big trophy. Big congratulations to him and NS Blackout Motorsports. Two of their cars are going to finish in the top 5 in the standings. Colin Teague being the other one, obviously. What a race. What a season. I hope everybody enjoyed that race, and I hope everybody enjoyed the season. This has been the most fun I have ever had doing NR 2003 races. I probably said that at some point last year or in Season 2, but genuinely, this was the peak. This was my peak enjoyment, at least so far, for the Trinity River Cup Series, and I'm hoping Season 5, whether or not it will be the last season, I still haven't decided, but no matter what, I'm hoping that Season 5 is going to be even better. But big congratulations one more time to Priya McShane for winning her second race of the season, and Nicholas Samadio, your 2022 NOFSRL Trinity River Cup Series champion. I guess it's about time Mr. Edge got himself an NOFSRL championship. Big congratulations to him. He also gets the Rookie of the Year honors for the Trinity River Cup Series, seeing as every single one of the championship contenders was a rookie, and he finished atop all of them. We'll now take a look at your drivers' standings, your final point standings of the year, your final owner standings of the year. Congratulations to whoever the owner championship ends up going to, by the way. I think it's either going to be Wisconsin Racing Incorporated or Team Ninja Rapids. So which one of those teams, or if somebody else won it. If somebody else came in and absolutely curb stomped everybody in the owner standings tonight, big congratulations to them. I have no idea because I need to calculate it before, or after this. But congratulations to everybody. Thank you everyone for supporting this season. We'll see you next year, wherever the season ends up opening. I still haven't figured it out because I'm still working on the schedule right now. But hopefully it turns out for the best. But thank y'all so much for supporting this season. I'm looking forward to next season more than ever. Big congratulations to McShane and Samadio once again. And that's gonna do it. Y'all take care, stay safe, and for one final time, y'all have a good one. Welcome to the NOFSRL.